Alright, I show you some of my tools and stuff that I've made. I've been doing this for a long time. I have some of this in my language, and some of it I actually use. I've got some quite a bit here. Maybe I can go over. Let's see. Here's a stone maul that I picked out. I'll have to do a video on how I picked this hardstone. It's not quite all the way around because I'm just going to wrap it with about 3 willow and then wrap it here. It's just a hammer. Never been used, but I've got some real ones that I have found. There's one hammer, and then here's a pedestal for out of hardstone, granite. And then the log that goes in, pohaga, potasquati, the pedestal. And this one here I made, it's got a little spot I left in the stone that's kind of like, so right in there. It's got like a little dip in it. I left that, and then I've been using it. I've got some real ones too that these are, I use it to crack nuts on hickory nut, pecani, the nut. So I have a stone back here, an original one. If I can get it behind me here, right here. They call it a nutting stone. See those holes? I've got some that I've made. This is an original one. And it's been broke off. But you can use this. And you put that nut in there, that it holds it in place. When you crack it, it don't fly off. But a lot of people don't know, they call them cup stone or whatever, but now there's a fossil on the other side of it, right here. I don't know, but it's a nutting stone for hickory nuts, acorn, walnut. Depends on, you know, my mom used to crack walnuts with these, and when she was done with it, she'd turn it over, you know, by the tree. And somebody asked my mother why she did that. She said, well, that's so nobody can find her nutting stone. But this, yeah, you can use it for making bows too. This is a multi-purpose tool. It's not just for cracking nuts. It's used with a wedge, an antler wedge, for taking bark off the tree, for taking the stave out of a tree, and splitting the timbers. So it has its use multi-purpose, not just for cracking nuts. And then here's my flint hole. I've got lashed with just rope. I need to put some natural rope on there. That is natural rope, but I want to put some natural material on there. But this is my flint hole. And here's some slate pieces I've made. It's called a sipilewa. This here is a piece that artifact collectors, you know, they wonder what these pieces are, and usually they're wore on the inside to the inside. And there's a sipilewa hair piece. It's the women, the Indian woman, when she went to the big house ceremony, they would put their braid with this on the braid, and then bring the tail of the braid up and then tie it right here. And when they would go to ceremony, they would wear, men would wear these two on their chests, some of them. Here's some preforms of red banded slate. It's got some black in here in it. I haven't drilled these yet, but what I drilled it with was this flint tip drill. And that's why you get that cone shape in here when drilling. And then you go to the other side and clean it so it's tapered. So I've got some original ones, and then these are the ones that I have made. This one I never have drilled it yet, but must have had a wet spot on the buffalo hide here or something. Anyhow, here's another preform. Some bandage. It's got some color on this side. The other side barely has anything at all. Like I said, there's a pedestal. Kotasquati. And then here's some celt axes I've made. This in here is banded slate celt. I think it's around 5 pounds. It don't hold up real well. I mean, it'll cut wood, but I'd rather use the granite or hard stone. There's one that's hafted that I've still got some wood pieces still in the bit there. It started cracking on me. This was a ball of a root of a tree, and it started splitting on me, and I just went ahead and, not real bad split, but it's got starting to split right about there. And I fired it, fire hardened this. I thought maybe it would help. And then here's another celt made out of I left a knot. It's a piece of oak, and you want to be able to see daylight through the sides. I still got to trim. I've cut a few trees down with this piece, and it's made of like a granite. I call it tik haka. I've got a couple names in the language for this. We call a man's axe or a woman's axe. They have a name for this. They call it a woman's axe. This is a full grooved axe that I've made, pecked out. These are peck marks, and there's like pitted. That's done with a flint hammer. I'll have to do a video on how I do this. And then you want to polish the bit here. Anyhow, I wanted to just go over some of the things. And here's another celt made out of hard stone. I haven't made a handle for that one yet. And then here's another one. Now I made it kind of a Hopewell style, like square section here. And some of them are they marked them. The Indian did. They would what they call, they would scratch like here, like a tally right here, up to 1 to 4 of them, and that would tell which way that would go back in the handle. If you had it, if this come out, you know, sometimes these will work their way out, and then if you, when you put these in, they only want to fit one way. But there's a couple axes here. I polished this one more by grinding it. It's like a quartz. You can see the quartz in there. It takes a long time. And then this one's a quartz, but this is an adze. See how the bit is has that flare to it there. And then here's another adze. If I get the right angle here, you can tell that it's off. It's not centered like a celt is, like this. The adze has a bevel to it that when you haft it in a handle, it'll cut. And then here's a called a small hammer, pacateña, and then the rawhide on there. And then this is on like a T handle. See the wood? And then you want to wrap it, and then to make it really tight and strong, and go this way and pull it, and it'll push the stone up tight. I mean, it's in there solid. I did this off of a copy of an original one, and I'd use it for multi-purpose use, you know, for driving in wood stakes, breaking nuts, whatever you want. And then here I have, like I said, I'll have to do another video. This here is a buffalo bone adze wrapped on the handle here. And you got to see how this is beveled. See that? I don't know if you can see that. You want that beveled like that, almost like a beaver's tooth. And don't leave it square, like flat across here. Kind of round it. That way when this will cut. Trust me, it will cut. And they used them for making bowls, spoons, about everything. And then here's another adze that's scooped out of stone. See how it's hollowed out and then wrapped with rawhide. And they're solid. And this cuts really well. These would be for making bowls, dugout canoe, all kind of woodworking. And I've used this stuff. And it works. And then I fired this left the knots in it so it wouldn't split. So I just wanted to go over some of the stuff that I haven't done in a while. And here's a deer antler wedge. You see how it's beveled? This is the antler, the tine. And you want to drill it and put it in an angle here. And then get that bevel like that and leave it kind of round. There's some pieces of wood in there. I'll have to do a video on how I use this, and you'd be surprised how much wood you can remove with this tool. And then I use that end to hit with the hammerstone for removing wood, making channels. Carving out this hole for this axe here. You can use this tool for channeling that out all the way through, along with drilling would help too. It takes time. It's slow. It is, but it's not like metal, but it works. And then I know this is going on about a 13-minute video. I wanted to try to cover whatever I could. Let's see, in my pitake bag. Pitake. Here's a game call that I made. It's a bleat. It's made out of sumac. It's got a reed down inside there. These are two pieces put together. You know, they pull apart. You can put up to 4 of them. Let's see if I can call. But that's out of red, called staghorn sumac. But you just hollow it out and put a reed stem in there to make that noise. Some more buffalo bone wedges. Here's the end that you'd hammer. There's the marrow or center of the bone. Oh, I got a bunch of stuff in here. Here's another antler chisel. I got quite a bit. Might as well just dump the bag out here. I'll just dump the whole bag. My bag is full of tools that I take out when I'm out in the woods. So I'll go over this here. Here's a flint knife. And I'll go over some more of this for the next time. So you see you again.